So first point going over to Sad Boys here, as Breezy Breezy does retain his Rampage stack, but it was just really all Sad Boys there. And Zyoshi is gone. It's happened for a second week in a row. He already passed away last week, so something else terrible has happened this time. But
I got you. I'll be your color caster. You know, it might be hard playing with a sub, but let's not forget this is Daru's NASL debut. Shout out to Daru. Unfortunately, it is against the Sad Boys, all three of them, and Daru's dead.
Daru goes down. Yeah, it is definitely some nerves, but I think, you know, especially 2 subs in, hopefully not putting too high of expectations on himself, but they'll see what they can do. They can find some momentum here to start, but Vaughn kind of just controlling the whole field, hasn't been on the keys, but looking just fine as he phases through the teleport mid-barrage there, but still defends it, falls back and strikes it away. Now in the corner, Breezy Breezy trying to set something up. The core gets away to Bells, who's going to try to pass it up to Vaughn, but they miss. Core gets away. They finally get their first barrier of the game, and we'll see what Bomba can do from here.
Yeah, well, maybe a bounce back for Breezy Breezy, but already at half health. It's going to be difficult. Bertram has to flip on the defense, but the strike reset from Bells forces it out, and the bottom side of the net wide open as the Sad Boys go up 2-0 here. And it's so difficult when the Sad Boys are looking so coordinated around the portals.
Yeah, I think they play this map so well, and Kai can be a goalie where, you know, normally you do see the melee goalies like Dubu and like Rasmus, but if you're playing Kai well, which of course Vaughn is going to be doing, even maybe a little bit rusty, you have high expectations on that character for him, it is so oppressive for the defense and for the offense of Bombardiers, as Kainu taking a lot of damage in the corner, has a flip now, so a little bit scary. Maybe they put a target on his back for that, but with 3 flips now, the core in the corner, X doing 1,000,000 damage to everyone. They are able to get it through. Kainu falls back, has this flip still. Things looking very comfortable for them, and a lot of damage pressure on 2 members. And the one that didn't have the damage on him, Daru, does go down to the bell ringer there. Kainu now passes it down, tries to clutch pop them. It's saved away, so we'll see what they can do.
3Z gets in there, finds the barrier, and maybe it's a chance. Daru finds the primary on the respawn, and the Bombardiers have a goal.
Yeah, Kainu tried to be a little bit fancy there. Hit the... as Vaughn's hit the pass ping on him there. And Daru taking great advantage of that in his NASL debut. Gets the first goal for his team in his first game. So we'll see what they can do here. 3Z now just a bit under leveled because it's been so hard for him to get the core. But this time taking control of the point. Uses the flip, the barrage. Timed very well though. Basically stalls out the entire thing. And Daru now trying to get it past this massive X, who is up to 6 Rampage stacks, by far the most in the game of the 3 people that have it. That's going to make their job really difficult to get it away. But the core does get away for a second, but as soon as you have that offense set up in the corner, if you can't find that out quickly, X is just going to take you out, and that's exactly what he does to Daru.
It's looking dangerous again as Bells gets the respawn. No, actually, it's Breezy Breezy setting it through all 3 members of the Sad Boys. And now Bells desperately trying to push forward on the offense, punched away by 3Z, who's trying to play all 3 roles at the moment. Bertram saved by the angle not quite being there. And the Bombardiers, once again, they hold on.
Yeah, it was some great defense actually played by 3Z Breezy in the corner mostly there. Bertram barely even had Destruct because 3Z did such a good job layering on top of what the X was doing, but now the core goes to the corner. Bertram with a great read, though, does still save it. They get the core up to Bells, who just has so much pressure. 3Z strikes the barrage away. Now the core is sent right through Bertram, who had flip as well. The brain destroyer from Bells. He saw it a minute away and puts it in, so the first set does go to Sad Boys.
Yeah, and Bells the MVP. It's a bit devastating, but taking a look at the draft, though, this is not the draft you kind of expect as the X, right? You're just going to click build different and have a nice day?
Yeah, you click build different and have a nice day. It's not a situational awakening like Bulk Up is, so you just take it straight away there. The orbs for Vaughn is going to give some more speed boosts as well, and the prize fighter is just going to keep that damage up in the corner. The cooldowns could be nice for Bertram that he gets here, and Daru maybe can find some edge KOs, but I think, of course, your X getting even more size, and that you saw that Rampage when it was starting to stack up here. Going to be very scary for even a Rasmus goalie to deal with.
Amen. And hello, everyone. I'm back from the tragic accident that befell me, and I'm looking at, I don't know if it was mentioned, prize fighter on Kainoob. That's gonna stack up real quick. That's gonna be a big threat. You know, boys, a notorious damage team, just pumping out all the damage. We've got the X. We got the X on the built different. Like, I think this game is going to turn into a little bit of a bloodbath, but not. That was Bells going down. Both brawlers now down. One barrier for each side, and now we're seeing a bit more of an even game. I think I did not see the first set, but right now this point is looking to go a little bit longer than I think we've been seeing.
Yeah, and Bertram, 3Z, and Daru have been doing a great job of layering. I mean, they've been playing so much defense, as Kindy with a great setup there. They've been playing so much defense that really they've had to layer well for the game to have even been going on for this long. They're doing a great job in the corner, but they just can't really keep the core on offense. That Kai, every time 3Z is going to get the core, Vaughn can just use his secondary, speed up past him, get the core right back into the corner, and then the damage starts going up. The X has built different. Amy has a prize fighter now, and it just seems like such a hard game state to even change that pattern continuing.
Yeah, but something has to change, and I do think that the Kai is a big problem point. This guy's just so fast, especially when the eject button pops. There's just like no strings attached. He can be wherever he wants to be to get some value. That's going to be one big Daru going down, another KO, a prize fighter stack on Kainoob. I don't think from that KO, but just a great offense, a good collapse right there. Again, like that's just some X and IME shenanigans. The dashes, the bell ringer, it just clears so much space, and both these characters work together really well to funnel into one specific space, clear it out, and get the ball through.
Yeah, and you said that Kai was a problem. Maybe they can try to kill him. They put a lot of damage there, but 5 orb stacks already for Vaughn. He went up and got that second one, and then is just able to get away from all the damage for a moment. But now without that speed, does take some more damage. That Deadeye from Daru did a little extra damage, but not sure if 3Z can get in a position to actually kill him, because they just have to play defense for so long with what this X does to them. Now sends it backwards with the bell ringer. Bertram with a nice hook to himself. The core gets around, but Vaughn is just too fast, and now he has an orb. Even if they got it out, he was coming in, but Kainoob sends it to the corner with the glitch pop. Second set for Sad Boys, and they just look completely in control of this.
Yeah, what I think I'm seeing is that I think that both Juliet and Estelle and Kai are all very burst-heavy characters. They press their buttons and expect something big to happen, unlike characters like X and IME, who are much more consistent. And so every time 3Z is looking to get any sort of opportunity to, use that explosive potential that Julie has, Vaughn is able to pop that speed, pop a barrage, something, Giga Blast, anything. Just neutralize his entire character with one cooldown, get the ball through, and get going. And so that's just going to be a continuous problem, is that they have to match the burst that Vaughn is able to put out, or just kind of bleed it out until the Kai just has nothing. Because obviously then it's going to be pretty easy to get through. Until then, though, I think that they're just in such a difficult spot, because the consistency of IME and X is just so hard to match, man.
Yeah, and with that consistency, it feels like one way they could get around that, if they could win a kickoff one time in this game, they can set up that burst in the corner that 3Z is looking for as he goes down there. But once they lose the kickoff, it's in the corner and they're covering the outs as they should, and Vaughn has been using his secondary on kickoff to make sure that they win. It is just impossible for them to not get chip damage down away and away by the Zami turrets, by the X in the corner, by everything that's being thrown at them.
Yeah, and we didn't talk much about draft, but I think the biggest thing is that Bell's picked up 1-2 punch. It's just one of the best, maybe the best awakening on X. You are just like, you're getting a ton of speed on your strikes. Obviously, your ult, you are just doing 28% more damage, or 26. You're doing a lot more damage, and like, boom. You get into the corner, and you're so big, especially with these rampage stacks. How do you get it through? Like, I think the game's chalked. Hate to call it before it's over. I didn't hear the bell, but I just don't see a way that Bombardiers are able to match or just stop even the bleeding here. This is just one very large train, and it's coming through. It is, if you're familiar, the X train, and I don't know. Daru
gets a barrier in the corner. Feels like their first kind of offense that they had in a while, but it does get out now. Bells with the X Maximus is able to stun. They got 3 flips now. We'll see if Kainub cannot send it backwards this time. He still kind of did, and it looks like they are going to lose their own barrier for it. We'll see if Daru can win this, but Spawn just sends it out to Kainub. And Kainub still glitch pops it, puts it in. That's going to be our first map going to Sad Boy.
Crazy aura farm from Kainub at the end there. Just had to let him know. He's still got it like that. I want to see the time on that game because that was a little brutal. 12 minutes. Almost 12 minutes exactly. Just a quick in and out. 5 assists coming out from Vaughn. It felt like he was the midfielder, and then his 2 brawlers were just doing it up. It just seemed like there was no way Bombardiers were able to get it past the midfield, and that's that. Not a whole lot more to say about that, I think.
No, I mean you missed a set, but you can kind of imagine what it looked like. It looked like the rest of that game that you saw. So we'll see what our second map is. I don't know if the map pick ban was sent anywhere, so we'll see it shortly once the scene is changed, I hope. But Gates is just a really strong map for Sad Boys, and they looked very strong. And Bell's getting X. I think X is... People have talked about X being really strong, but especially if you have a goalie that can keep the core up, you're just going to get chipped down on the damage very consistently if you have any kind of decent start, and size is a very solid start for Bells there. So I'm interested if... what they do to try to change things for Game 2, but Sad Boys... looking like Sad Boys that game.
Yeah. I wonder if the X pick is going to be contested. I do think you mentioned that support from Vaughn as the goalie for X was really good. I think X's biggest weakness is if he's not always getting the ball. If the ball's not always on their side, he's slow. He's big. He can like solo kill a guy. He just does that much damage. It's pretty valuable, but you get a lot less value from the X if the ball is not constantly in his hands, putting on the pressure in the corner. He is a corner character. That is where he excels. But like you said, just if that's not happening, if the midfielder and goalie are able to keep the ball up for the X, it's a shoo-in. It's a slam dunk. Like, it just looks so hard to defeat this complete Goliath of a character. He gets in the corner, and then the enemy team just has to sit there and twiddle their thumbs and be like, well, we did what we could. We did a lot. Unfortunately, it still got into the corner, so you gotta like immediately pivot into damage control. Like, how can we save a second barrier? Can we not immediately get scored on? Just the frame 1 conversion. There's been a lot of talk about X and Asher recently. They're 2 very similar. Another corner heavy character. It's the same. They're the same. It's all the same times a flat circle. Today I will pick Brawler and look at all of my picks like X again today. Daring, aren't we? But I think these are things to watch out for. It's hard to see the counterplay and engage in it. Again, the biggest thing is just don't let it in the corner. Easier said than done. But we'll have to see if Bombardiers can do that, or again, step into the draft and make sure that the X doesn't come through. I don't think I've ever seen. I'm sure Bells has played Asher before, but I can't imagine it in my mind. I can't tangibly think about it, so that means it doesn't exist, and I don't care about it. So
that's right. We are on Clarion for our second map, and we have a Among Titans Siege Machine start.
wow.
The most nothing start ever, other than Among Titans, of course. I can't imagine that anyone is going to want size enough to take Siege Machine, and is a character that would want Siege Machine. Maybe Asher would, but it's banned away by Sad Boys there. So they are not going to let 3Z play it. So we're probably going to see 6 Among Titans here on Clarion Test Chamber. Very, very exciting.
Yeah, I'm I'm strapped in my gamer chair. It's that one GIF where the chair's like going crazy and the guy's got like the headset on and it's like that's me right now. That's me in like a hypothetical world where I have that chair and I'm getting ready. You can tell by how excited I sound that this is this is a big start. But we did see Bombardiers banned Atlas. I think that is not a bad call. BOIS banning the Asher, not letting that through, which means that there's an opportunity to let the X through, but Bombardiers have locked in the Estelle instead, which I think is fair. Estelle is it's an honest man's B1. You know, just get the Estelle in there. It's a top midfield is just always going to perform, always going to have a lot of potential, especially with the midfield sub. You got to make sure that you're getting a pick that you're comfortable on and sending it. That does mean, hello X, welcome back, Bell's X. We're going to be seeing a little bit more of that on Clarion. A little bit less of a corner map. Once the one barrier goes down, becomes a very heavy corner map. But I think this map has a lot of narrow passages, which X really, really enjoys. He can put on a lot of pressure because, like, again, he's bigger than you. If he pops ult, he gets some strike cooldowns. He can just force it through you, start hit stunning you. He can look for some cheesy KOs on the edge if you're not paying attention. Hit a sweet spot bell ringer, and all of a sudden, like, your kneecaps just explode, like disintegrate to dust, and you have to limp around saying like, "What? Where'd they go?" You know, look for the orb that heals your kneecaps and get a little bit of health back. But we're gonna have to see how this goes. And whoa,
I don't know who's playing MAKO. Like, it might be Kainoob.
I think it's got to be Kainoob.
It's probably Kainoob.
Yeah, Vaughn professes being a not MAKO guy, not liking the pick, not wanting to play it, etc. The Kai is a very, very much a Vaughn pick. We saw it last game. We might be seeing the MAKO midfield return after, I don't remember it's just 3 or 4. And many moons ago, we were seeing Demons Raw, Kainoob MAKO midfield, and it was winning. It was doing it. And like, in my personal humble opinion, bear with me, I think MAKO midfield might be the worst midfield pick ever. I think just if I had to pick one of the 21 characters to not play midfield, I think it would be MAKO. But I think that's a little bit of sauce that I'm looking for in this game. Among Us, Siege Machine, whatever, yawn, I sleep. MAKO midfield, I'm there.
Maybe you take Siege Machine on MAKO here for the projectile range. We'll see. But they did pick Estelle for Daru, which importantly, you need 20 minutes on a character to show up on the stats. And that first game was only 12 minutes. So Daru, as long as this game takes at least 8 minutes, he's going to show up on the stats for the rest of the season. So that's good for Daru. They got the Estelle.
Yeah, that's a big win. If this game is less than 8 minutes, I'll eat a shoe. I'll get like one of those comedic boots that people fish up in cartoons, and I'll eat it. Well,
that's good pace. That's good pace for a first point for going 8 minutes.
That's really good pace. All of a sudden, a little nervous. I've never eaten a shoe. Don't want to try. But I was gonna say, like, Clarion, notoriously a pretty slow map. Again, like, narrow passages, I think, just are conducive to slower points. Obviously, not all of the variants are narrow, but three of the 4, 5. Nice one, me. That's 60%. That's most. That's majority. Like, oh, we're looking at this one, and oh, we're looking at 2 barriers down. Bombardiers, pause, have a chance. They're pulling up with the Frostfire comp again. Just a ton of burst. Same forward pair as the last game. I think that there is a lot of opportunity to get something done, but a great Giga Blast is going to save that. And I just, like, the moment that it looked like they had a chance, just immediately dashed by Sad Boys.
Oh. Stun from the MAKO midfield. Looked like Estelle there. Basically could have been an Estelle beam. Just didn't kill because it's MAKO midfield. But the stun is able to get it in. A lot of energy for Sad Boys here as well, and Freezy Breezy still level 1. Now finally has level 2. We'll see what he can do with his first ult of the game.
Yeah, that is ultimate on board. What I'm noticing is that this comp and the way Sad Boys are playing it is very reminiscent of the era double brawler comps you see, but obviously with Kai instead. And honestly, with how Kai has fared in recent patch notes and in the game's meta, I think that this might be the strongest iteration of this team. Obviously, Kai cannot give your team any speed, but I don't know. It is just two brawlers. We got the Mako brawler pulling up, and then Kai doing all the midfield work, and they are rolling them. They have shown up and they said, we're just going to hit stun you, or we're gonna continue to hit stun you. I think we're just gonna keep hitting you, and the Kai's gonna do all the work keeping the ball up, and it is working. It is what we're seeing here.
Yeah, I don't really know how, but the Mako ended up MVPing that one, so going to be rewarded with Quick Strike. Basically, the way that it's kind of like the era comp is that Mako just holds secondary in the middle, and then Kai just runs up and becomes the midfielder. And so really, it's like you're playing just Mako goalie for a little bit, and then you eject button back. X gets rewarded with Berserker in this incredible X draft, and Julie. Both of our brawlers are just crying at the end of this draft. But we'll see what they can do to switch this out. We'll see if Mako midfield can MVP another set now that X has another awakening. But does X really have another awakening? It's Berserker.
It's Berserker, yeah. Incredibly uncharacteristic bad brawler draft. It's 1 in a million. I think this could be the first time ever that it's happened across the entire nearly 3-year history of this game since launch. Just couldn't fathom it. But here, all barriers down. None of them are around, and some good defense coming out from Bombardiers. Daru is staggered, is going to be having a bit of trouble avoiding the X and the Mako, who are definitely looking for his head. Really? Really? We need him dead! He's got to go! Take him down! And that's going to be Sad Boy securing a kill, securing a power play, securing a point. Oh, wow. Vicious. Violent.
Mako's still maintaining the MVP of the game so far. And yeah, they did not want Daru to have a good time at that point in the NASL debut for Daru. We'll see what they can do, as now gets trapped in the Dubu wall, but is able to get out for a moment. They have some core speed. The Julie ult sends it there for a second, but Vaughn is not stunned for long enough to get a barrier there. Is able to eject button back after that play as well. And kind of just walking them down. Sets up the stun on Daru. Now some dribbles to keep it in the corner, but they do get it out for a moment. The flip is burnt to send it back up top. And Bertram and Daru on this point so far doing a good job of keeping away from the barrier, but never mind. Daru is sent out now. Mako sends it up, and Bells does put it in here.
Yeah, another rapid fire point. We're on track to be hitting a swift set 3, and we are 1 point away if Sad Boys is able to secure it. I think if you're in the shoes of Bombardiers, I don't know what you do. You've got to. I think that the #1 priority is just get some security in the midfield, because it seems like Sad Boys just has the ball all the time. And I think what they really need is just some control, some way to keep the ball on the enemy side, or at least keep control of the ball, keep it in their hands, so that Sad Boys aren't able to just keep steamrolling these barriers, because it's one after another. Every possession for Boys seems like another objective is secured, and the #1 thing I think Bombardiers has to do is deny it. How they do that, I couldn't tell you, but Bertram going for the big KO on Kainoob, just barely not able to get it, and that means the ball is going to roll straight into Bell's hands. It's going to be going in. No Mako midfield MVP. That's going to be the X. Probably specialized training. Another just not like overwhelmingly phenomenal brawler draft, but this game, dude, I'm going to eat a shoe. I'm going to eat a shoe today. That's what's going to happen today.
That second point of the game is really long, but we're in shoe eating territory. Yeah, what we need to investigate is the death ray that is casted by a wizard of Sad Boys on one of the opponents every single week. At least one. This time it was 2 of them, apparently. But they have played a sub every single week, which is pretty funny. So as A very eloquently put in chat, we need to make sure that rats are okay next week. And my team plays them in the very last week of the season, so I'm a little bit scared of what's going to happen to us right before the season ends. But we'll see what they can do in this third set, as MAKO Midfield did pick up that Reptile Remedy, so going to be able to stay on the field and do what MAKO Midfield does, which I'm not sure what that is.
We're still looking. We've got our top scientists on the case. Gonna have to divert them away from the wizard case. It's really tough, but we'll find out what MAKO Midfield is doing right now, putting it in the net, and also just denying that Reptile Remedy from the enemy team. I'm sure any one of the Bombardiers would love to have a little bit of Reptile Remedy right about now, but like I don't know, man. Daru and 3Z are both level 3. Bertram pulling up at level 4. Kainoob and Bells, no, just Kainoob level 6. Vaughn hitting level 6 right now. That's Daru down again. Yeah, I don't know. Shape and Luke have been like a terrible, terrible curse has been cast upon them, and we still haven't figured it out. 2 flips coming out. A third flip Vaughn has able to do something with. Barrier's down, but I don't know. Bombardiers have been so just scrambling for any sort of opportunity, and I feel like Sad Boys have been like very, very comfortably cruising through this whole game.
Oh! Second game in a row, Daru avoids the 9-0. Can someone get Daru some help? He's the only one who can score, and he's a sub.
Dude, Daru is in need of a major comeback here. Someone get this guy some Campbell's soup. That was just a brilliant piercing shot right there. Gonna be putting it in, like you said, denying the 9-0. W. Love to see it. And Bell's just going for the kill. Wow. Like it's one after another, but it's as they say. It comes up every week. All it takes is a trickle. That mental is just so much more important than you could ever guess. And sometimes just getting a shice point like that, a real quick and easy, does a lot to improve the mood. It does a lot to change how you view the game, and all of a sudden might not feel so oppressive. A little bit of a we can do it. Right now, haven't got a barrier, so I'm talking a lot for this team that has not secured a barrier yet, but they're still in it. We're still going, and well, now it's looking a little bit bit tougher. Bells is low, and that's gonna be a second point.
Yep, and the shoe industry not happy about that one because it did take a while, so they might be losing a purchase from you, eating another one of the other shoes. As this could be the last point of the game now, and MAKO Midfield does get the center, sends it backwards very fast, almost into the own barrier. So what they couldn't do last point, they have found one barrier as 3Z tries to set up in the corner, but this X is just so large, has so much speed, can just walk the Estelle down and win every interaction, despite how good Estelle can be at times. As the flip in the corner does find it, Bertram with a great flip is able to keep it alive for now as the core bounces around in the middle. MAKO Midfield getting it once again. If they can get the core up, we'll see what happens. Daru does not look like he is long for this world as he's sent down to the bottom. We'll see what ability they have to try to confirm the kill here. Nothing for now, so Daru just runs away, but just can't be given the core. It's just a death sentence if he does. The goal gets open now. MAKO, Kainoob is trying to pass it down, but 3Z does win a few interactions, so we'll wait a little bit longer.
Yep, Bell's looking here to secure the orb in the center. Boom is going to get it. Tried to kill 3Z right there. It feels like Sad Boys is playing with their food, net open, and they're just still looking for these KOs. 3Z getting ulted again. All the CDR from the orb is going to be giving Bells another ult, and it looks like I might have taken his own barrier. Still doesn't matter. Kainoob just dribbling in the corner, almost gets through. Bertram able to hold it, and the point is still alive. Bombardier's not out of it yet.
Daru with some good defense keeps it alive for a second. You're just waiting for one of those piercing shots to go through again. That's how they've got all their goals in this series. Core now sent to the bottom, some core speed, and now Daru will see what he can do as his teammate gets killed once again. Uses his very last evade, and that means the MAKO primary is going to send him away. Bertram with the wall is able to stall it out for a second. They pass it up now, uses the roll. Wait, Bertram stalls it out for a moment, has the flip, and Kainoob doesn't react in time with the primary. Now Daru sends it ahead, and they keep it alive for now.
Oh my god. Bertram is a hero. Bertram is a ice in his veins. No problem whatsoever. single-handedly saved that point from the brink of total collapse. And now Bombardiers in a 0.5 situation. Again, all it takes is a trickle. Sometimes your Bertram gets killed and both barriers go down. And sometimes it looks a little rough, but it's not over yet. I didn't hear no bell, and the ball is still, it's in. And it's in. And there was a flash of hope, a firm simmer in the pan, but unfortunately Sad Boys decided that they were ready to get the show on the road, get moving, and have put this team of subs to rest. Sheesh.
Yeah, some heroic moments there. Bertram in from Daru. Daru scored every goal for Bombardiers in the series. But Sad Boys showing why they're contenders at the top of the league, of course. And yeah, we'll see if someone can challenge them a little bit more than they have been getting challenged generally. But that is it for our NASL day. So anything more from you, Z Yoshi?
Oh, I got a couple more things. Number one, 12 minutes, 27 seconds. Famous footwear will not be seeing me today. We have dodged that bullet. Or I guess like weird rubber and like, I don't know what shoes are made of, like polyester. I guess it depends on the shoe. Yeah. I guess I was thinking rubber like a boot, like a rain boot. Doesn't matter. Don't care. Who cares? I kind of lament that Bombardiers did not have full roster. I think that this would have been a very, very exciting matchup if they didn't. I think Bombardiers is one of the teams that looks likely to challenge Sad Boys and their reign of insane dominance. And so I definitely think both these teams will be finding themselves in playoffs. I mean, I think Sad Boys is like 1 or 2 games away from series, I should say, from confirming it. But I think that we could see them match up in playoffs, and then we will be delivered that very exciting series. Until then, we are going to have to wait. But like you said, that is all the games to be played for NASL Week 4. We will be having a post show coming up, so stay tuned for that. But
Directed
until
by the
then,
Fool.
Directed by the Fool, W the Fool, who also did the pre-show. If you didn't see that, I suggest taking a peek. I didn't see that. I'll be taking a peek. But until then, we'll be back in a little bit. Bye now. Bye.
Point of grand finals, a long journey, all comes down to this. Looking for a passing lane, there's the opening on the outside, the pass is wide open, a beautiful shot to the corner, they've reached the summit!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the NASL Post Show. It's week 4, and we had some pretty quick games today. The only game to go longer than, I guess, the hour block was, in fact, my game against Heavy Metal Gundam, which I would say went fairly favorably. But, yeah. Welcome, everyone. Today we have Frightfully Fresh, we have Joker, and we have Muffin Kui. Yay! How are you all feeling today after your glorious victories?
Starting with who? I'll go first. Whatever. I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like we kind of lucked out with them having a sub roster this week. Mary Meg is no slouch, but like Katsuna just has that aura. It scares the hell out of me. But yeah, I mean, we had a lot of fun with the game. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I feel pretty good about it.
Fair enough. Moving on to the Joker and his 9-0 over Bozo Bunch today. How are you feeling?
I feel good. Just proud of my team. They all played so well. They carried my ass in the first game pretty well, so I was like, I gotta show up for the second game and go crazy and carry them back. So yeah, pretty happy.
Massive W. And then finally, Muffin Kui. How are you?
I feel pretty good. Besides the orb dancer in draft 1 for game 2, that kind of sucked to see. Yeah.
Hey, I think you all handled it well. Bulk up, W Boo, W Doo Brawler.
Oh yeah.
Inspired possibly by a Tempo Melon in the same situation. I'm calling you out, Leo Leon. I wanted to talk to you about that, but I mean, very good games today overall. Feeling fairly confident. Fresh, I'm sorry for your illness that is going to befall you in next week as the boys get ready to face you. It's going to be a shame that one of you has to sub out. It's really rough, you know?
Yeah, they've been fighting only sub rosters. I mean, you know, Kainoob, Vaughn, and Bells. If you have to play against them, suddenly illnesses will come. But I think I got my sickness out from last week. I wasn't able to play in Strike Shotters, so I think we're prepared for boys. They're very formidable. Obviously, they're the team to beat here. But after the thrashing we got last week from Mr. Huss, I think we're prepared for anything.
Excited to hear it. I'm very excited for that game. I think it's going to go super interestingly. Speaking of next week, I believe Polar fights the Dogs. That's going to be a really important matchup. I think it was marked on a lot of people's calendars that this might have been the match to prevent the 0-9. But hey, we're all not going 0-9 this season. All better than Lob City, boys. Good work, everyone. No one's ended up like Lob. Let's go. Yeah, I look forward to that matchup a lot. Anyone else looking forward to their next week matches? Yay or nay?
Yeah, you want to go Muffin? Muffin could go. Muffin's playing somebody next week.
Oh yeah?
Somebody
Are you two
here
playing against each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Any pre-game smack talk or like, you know?
I mean, I love that team too much. I don't have anything bad to say about them. Obviously, they're really frustrating to play against, as my fellow brawlers in the league know. But yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be a fun time. Like, I love all those guys, and it's gonna be a banger, hopefully.
I look forward to that one as well. I think next week's gonna be very hype. The middle of the season's looking and shaping up to be something very interesting. We'll see how things come, especially as the teams now get closer and closer, especially on the bottom half, with all of us at 1 and 3. Yeah, that's about it from me. Thank you all so much for watching. Great week. W refs, thank you very much for keeping the games quick and easy. Yeah, thank you very much.
悔しくなるか寂れて舞台を前にうろたえるのか抗って切り開いて見返す番だ目を離すな歴史を塗り替えてやるさダンダンダンダンダン勝って完成巻き起こせ時ダンダンダンダンダン待ってあと少しせめぎ合うしっぱし挑みたい掴みたい刻みたい革命の火ぶた切って伝説の花掲げてゆこうさあねじゃんじゃんじゃんロープに飛び込んで熱狂を起こすと放射になれレジェンじゃんじゃんバイタに行こうぜ本能を覚ませ感動を起こせ伝説刻んで大地蹴って蹴って蹴ってブレイク
Match point of grand finals, a long journey, all comes down to this. Looking for a passing lane, there's the opening on the outside, the pass is wide open, a beautiful shot to the corner, they've reached the summit!